What is good, gaming family, and welcome back to another episode from X2 Skips, the weekly patch notes. It's your boy Tamziri, and welcome back, y'all, especially to our day ones. It's just crazy out in this world, but we're not alone because why? We got Maxwell with us. What's good, homie?
Nothing. Life is all pain.
Yeah. Currently, we're going through the third Ninja War. It's crazy. And with us we also have you got that one, yeah, my nigga. That is Kid Gojo. What's good, homie?
I'm cool, man. How you doing?
Groovy like a driving movie, bro. And y'all know we back with it again. For those of y'all who are new here, we cover all the gaming tidbits and everything happening in the gaming world, esports world, content creator world that happened in the past week. So catch us every week as we dive into the hectic-ish. But before we get started on this current past week's hectic-ish, does anyone have anything to announce or bring up as an update?
Nope, not me.
Oh wait, Max Easy boycotting the FIFA World Cup.
That thing doesn't even. Bro, I think this is the first time in my life I've been so unmotivated by football, both at international and at club level.
Damn. Okay.
It's dark.
What else you got to report, bro?
Nothing else, I guess. Life is just going. Oh,
yeah.
Well, I suppose I can mention it, where last time I wasn't around because I had an interview to do and the interview was successful, so I guess that's something.
Hey. Congrats, my guy. Congrats. Get that bag. All right.
Yes.
From my side. Oh, yeah?
I just said bro.
Oh, yeah. Nice. From my side, Max introduced me to Shattered Pixel Dungeon. It's pretty dope. I won't lie. It's actually fun. I like the fact that if you mess up, you die for good and you start again. Really puts me into it. And it's like, okay, I can't fail. It's like a Souls game, but on mobile. It's crazy. But yeah.
You know, I still haven't finished it, even though I've had it for about like 2 weeks or something.
Oh damn! Wait, it can finish that quick? Hope not.
Yeah, I think that 25 floors.
Oh, okay. Well, if y'all haven't checked it out, to feel like what?
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say I've only reached floor like 19.
Damn. Okay, yeah. Then I can finish this in a month.
Dude, no, it is brutal. Right now, which player type are you working with?
Nah, still warrior, because I only started like 3 days ago.
Nah, okay, yeah. No. So yeah, and another thing is there's the game seems simple, but it is there's so many things to learn about it. Like, there'll be stuff where that surprises you, which you didn't even think about. Because the guy who introduced me to it, he was like, oh, he couldn't pass the first boss for the longest time. And then I was like, oh yeah, I've passed like the third boss. And he's like, what the flip? And then all of a sudden, after I told him that he passed the third boss, and then also with that stated, we're talking about strats, and he was like, he didn't even know some of the stuff I'm doing. He didn't even know that was possible. So yeah, there's a lot to discover. But I'm at the stage now where I'm beginning to get angry now because I've played it long enough that if I'm having a bad run, before I've even met the first boss or the second boss, I already know this is a bad run, and I stop the run and start again.
Yeah, no, I feel it. I feel it, bro. I'm almost the same. Because for me, it's like I'm not. How can I say? I'm not too like locked in and scared of losing. So I think that's what pretty much gives me a nice, good competitive edge to be like, you know what, fuck it. and I don't know how, but like I lock in even more when I'm in that state. For those of y'all listening, this is a mobile game, by the way, and it's free. So give it a try. Yeah, it's actually pretty dope. Not gonna lie, I never used to be like a big thing. I never used to have such a big thing for like pixelated games. But at this point, I just care if the game is good, like its logic and its actions and all this.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's not pretty.
Yes, I completely agree with you there, because I was of a similar vein where at the start I was like, no, I want something that looks good to the eye. Now it's just like, no, gameplay over anything else at this stage now, because there's so much good looking rubbish available now. So and the best part about this game is literally you can stop playing at any instant and jump right back where you stopped. So if you only have 2-minute window, you can play for 2 minutes, and then and you can pick it up an hour or two later. Or if you have a whole last 30 minutes, you can play a whole last 30 minutes.
Yeah, like for me, I know I got to a hard section, but then I had like meetings at work, and I was like, nah. So I'll wait till like I've clocked off, and it still saves. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Absolutely beautiful. But that being said, hey y'all, get your popcorn, get your grilled cheese sandwiches, and let's get right into it. Starting with the gaming news. Max, what you got for us, bro?
All right, so let's start with the big one, which is that the United States Patent and Trade Office have rejected Nintendo's patent claims for the whole summoning an ally and having it fight alongside you. It's been rejected on the basis that it conflicted with other patents, and it turns out that Nintendo isn't necessarily the first one to make such a patent claim. I believe it violates a claim by Konami from 1990 something, and then another claim from Nintendo themselves. So at this current time, it's been rejected, but Nintendo has 2 months to either respond or make an appeal, where they're expected to probably appeal or something like that. And how these patent works, pretty much, unlike, with, was it Warner Bros, who, with the whole Nemesis system, and how they don't let anyone use it, it turns out that with these patents thing, it is kind of common for certain companies to make patents, but how they go about it typically is that even though they have a patent claim, they still let other developers use the patents or make something similar to it. It's only when a developer is going a little too close to the sun that they exercise their rights. So in this case, Nintendo with Power World. So Nintendo wasn't necessarily doing it to screw over everybody. They're doing it to say, hey, you in particular, if we don't like what you're doing, we're going to block you. So they were trying to secure their own future. So you can probably expect them to make an appeal, because if they do appeal, some parts of the patent can be preserved, and then they can still have certain rights kept. Right now, as it stands, the patent in all its format and shape has been rejected, but there is a path forward for them to preserve some of it, and then with that preservation, perhaps continue going against Power World. But we shall see in 2 months' time what comes out of it. I personally hope nothing gets preserved, but if they have a previous patent which was accepted, and which I think was from 2000 or 2002, and then Konami themselves have a whole ass patent, chances are, if they do appeal, some parts of it will be kept. But we'll check up on that later. Then, let's see which one to talk about. Okay, I guess we can move to the next smaller but still relatively big news. Ubisoft is getting sued, I believe, by a French consumer group over the handling Eh?
No, I'm saying over their own from their own people, because they French too.
Oh man, the French can be litigious.
Mm-hmm.
The French don't play around. Anytime the French feel like, people are behaving like kings, they're like, oh no, we don't have kings around here. You know what we do to kings historically.
Facts.
So yeah, they're getting sued over their handling of the crew. So a consumer group is trying to take them to court over how the crew just was not preserved or kept up for too long, or however Ubisoft wrote about it. So we'll see how that goes about. But Ubisoft is getting, I guess I can just say they're getting fucked around from every side.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to be a Ubisoft exec right now. But yeah, that's a thing that's happening. And with lawsuits, those take a long time before anything come out of that. So there's no point following that for the time being. We'll see as bits and pieces come our way. Then next we've got Xbox announcing they're gonna have their showcase. I don't know why the fuck they're announcing so early, but they're going to have a showcase and a Gears of War E-Day deep dive. The showcase is scheduled for June 7th, so that's a Sunday. And for those who love having things set up early, I guess now for June 7th on a Sunday, you're going to have the Xbox showcase. Me, I'm going to be at work. Fuck these guys. And
yeah.
Then
But what time
finally,
would you be asleep at that time?
I just saw that it was like around 10 Eastern time. I have no idea what that translates to my time.
Because usually
But,
it's at 7 p.m. our time, South African time. Unless you change it.
So it'll be
But-
midnight for me.
2 o'clock for you.
Either way, like I'm working, so I'm not going to be staying up to watch that shit. Like, ever since having to be working on weekends, I don't stay up for anything, even if it's
Crazy.
football. I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna stay up, feel like shit, and then maybe the thing wasn't worth my time, and now I have to feel like shit, and I have to deal with people for the entirety of the day. Like, nah, if my work didn't have me dealing with people, then I probably would be staying up for these things. But the fact that I'm directly dealing with customers, and then these customers, if anything happens that they don't like, they will complain, and then I have to deal with that shit. Nah, fuck that shit. And also, people fuck up your day, so you might as well be in your best mind frame to deal with other people's bullshit.
Yeah, that is.
Yes, and then so to round it off and to finish, we have the PlayStation 5 price hike, which is absolutely fucking bullshit. But Sony claimed it's because of the whole Ramageddon situation where they justify that they have to raise the price. But once again, I'm like, that's bullshit, because you are writing off based on your customers. You are going to try and maintain your profit margins by hiking up the prices for your customers. Like, fuck that shit, man. The sad part is, I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, does this mean I shouldn't bother with a PlayStation 5? And I'm just like, nah, I cannot not play all those games. So even though it's bullshit, I'm still going to pay the price for it, because if I wait for the whole RAM situation to take care of itself and prices go down, that means the PS6 is just that much closer, and then it'll be like, what the fuck's the point of the PS5? So it's like, might as well just bite the bullet, try and get it as soon as possible, so there's still time to enjoy PS5 shit. It's a lose-lose situation for the customer, but for the companies, it don't mean shit. But yeah. And to give people an idea of the price hikes, I mean, it was announced way back, so I think most people have probably already seen it for themselves. But the base model for the PS5 has jumped up all the way by $200, and the fucking PS5 Pro, which came out I think at $700 already or $750, is now around $1,000, which is just fucking ridiculous.
900.
Man,
Well,
round it off.
900 depending on your location. Some places it's going to be 1,000.
900, but you're using dollars, so it's 900.
Hey, maybe I'm using Australian dollars or Canadian dollars or Zimbabwean dollars.
If you were, you wouldn't have said 750. Just saying. Checkmate.
Fair point. But yeah. Anyway, 900, 1,000, what the fuck's the difference?
$100 is a difference. What the fuck do you mean?
I feel like if you can cough up $900, you can cough up $1,000.
Hey, you'll be surprised.
It's not that big of a leap from 900 to 1,000. 700 to 900 is a leap. 700 to 1,000 is a leap. But yeah, that's it for me.
Away. Kojo, you got anything? I don't have anything off the top of my head.
Yes, I saw one thing briefly that I find interesting. So, in the age of studio layoffs, we have an acquisition. So, which is a very surprising acquisition to me. So, do you all know the developer Shift Up?
Yes.
Shift Down? Nope. Hell no, dog.
Maxwell, please enlighten Tommy.
Bro, I just know the name. As far as I'm concerned, I have no idea what they made. I saw the name, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Okay. Well,
I believe they made a driving game.
Shift Up. Oh, no, they didn't. You're thinking of Turn 10. Anyway, no. Shift Up. Ah, man. How dare you guys forget Shift Up? They delivered the 2024 classic that is Stellar Blade.
Yeah, because I don't play that game, dog. How? This guy.
I've never played Stellar Blade.
It doesn't matter. You should know it exists. Anyway.
Hey, dog. I only know companies once I've played their games. And looking at the fact that I don't have a PS5, I'm not going to know the developer's name of Stellar Blade. I'll know the game, I won't know who made it until I've played it for myself.
You better play it soon, Maxwell, with the prices, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so Shift Up, Korean studio, headed up by CEO, I had his name here, headed up by CEO Hyung-tae Kim. They have acquired Japanese game developer Unbound. And for those of you who don't know Unbound, they are the new studio formed by a man called Shinji Mikami. Any of you know that name? Does it ring a bell?
Isn't it
Hail to the Nazar.
Isn't it the same guy for them? What was that game called? Tokyo something? The one you were excited for, other people excited for, and then it didn't transpire.
One and the same. So, he is responsible for Tango Gameworks, which was the studio he had before Unbound. He was in charge, well, not in charge, but yes, he oversaw things like The Evil Within, and then Ghostwire Tokyo. But more importantly, he worked at Capcom. He is seen as the creator of the Resident Evil series, as well as the even more popular and better Dino Crisis. Just saying. And so, it is a very surprising acquisition that Shift Up has acquired Unbound. Unbound, Mikami left Tango Gameworks before they were shut down. He left to form his own new studio. So it's very interesting because
Bro,
Shift Up is
watch
still
nothing
fucking.
about this.
Well, you never know. You never know, Maxwell. So
No, isn't this
Unbound.
like this dude's second or third company?
Second after Konami, I think. I mean, no, Konami, Capcom. Sorry, Capcom. My bad. I'm being racist. So currently, Unbound is developing original PC and console-based IPs targeting the global market. And what interests me is they said IPs and not just one IP. So they're working on multiple things, which is crazy. Now, so this is what Kim, the CEO of Shift Up, Hyung-tae Kim, said, and I quote, "I find it deeply meaningful to join forces with Unbound, which brings together a world-class development team led by CEO Shinji Mikami. This acquisition will serve as an opportunity to deliver the best gaming experience to users worldwide and further solidify Shift Up's global development competitiveness," end quote. And this is what Shinji Mikami, the CEO of Unbound, said, and I quote, "I am very pleased to be partnering with Shift Up CEO Hyung-tae Kim and all the employees. I sense strong synergy with CEO Kim, who is also an active creator, and I believe this is an ideal partnership that allows us to focus on creativity. We will do our best to create fun games so that both companies working as one can meet our fans' expectations," end quote. You know what this means, guys?
Nope.
Money.
That, but it also means Dino Crisis spiritual sequel.
I don't even know the original.
I'm waiting for Max to
That shit.
come up with a snarky comment.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that shit's not gonna happen.
You never know, Maxwell. You never know. But anyway. So yeah, I just found that to be interesting news. Again, Shift Up have developed a bunch of games like Nikkei, God of Victory, but those are mobile games, to be honest, to my knowledge. Technoblade was like their proper first like console/PC game, and it did really well. It sold really well. It struck a chord with a lot of gamers. I think it's currently sitting on an overwhelmingly positive
Probably
on Steam, which is hard to get. Jesus Christ. No, I got thrown off. Thanks, Maxwell. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my news. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, wait, word. Yeah, then that takes us to the gaming corner. I'm keen to hear the releases. What's been happening, Coach?
So, let's start off with a game called Hosey PC Sandbox, March 30th, 2026, currently sitting at 81 on Metacritic. Then we have Super Meat Boy 3D. Yes, Super Meat Boy has gone 3D. PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2. It's a precision platformer. For those of you who are familiar with Super Meat Boy, it was a 2D platformer, but now it's 3D. March 31st, 2026, currently sitting at 75 on Metacritic. Then we have Legacy of Kain Ascendance, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, action platformer, March 31st, 2026, currently sitting under 57 on Metacritic. Then we have South of Midnight, the PS5 and Nintendo Switch 2 release, action adventure game, March 31st, 2026, currently sitting under 77 on Metacritic. Then we have a game called Homura the Crimson Warriors, Nintendo Switch. It's a visual novel, March 31st, first English release. 2026, currently sitting at 75 on Metacritic. Then we have Grind 2, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Metroidvania game. Oh, Metroidvania, interesting, okay. Currently sitting at an 81 on Metacritic, March 31st, 2026. Then we have Darwin's Paradox, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2, action adventure platformer game, April 2nd, 2026, currently sitting at a 75 on Metacritic. And that is the end of the releases of the week. Now let's go over to a few gaming corner stuff. I don't expect Maxwell to know, but tell me, you play these random ass horror games on Steam.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Backrooms or Escape the Backrooms?
Nigga, who hasn't, bro?
Maxwell. No.
Okay. I'm watching the movie.
I was about to say the trailer came out, so if you haven't peeped it, go peep it.
I rate it's gonna be trash. I'm sorry to everyone who's gonna be excited. No, but like for real, how do you make a movie out of the Backrooms. Like, okay, the Backrooms games has objectives, right? Well, I understand that, and you can build a movie around that, cool. But don't give it plot of romance and, oh my gosh, let's survive together so we can, like, get out of here. Bro, if you're not just clapping cheeks, because y'all are just gonna die anyways, you may as well just clap cheeks, get it over and done with, and then just die. Because those entities cannot really be survived by humans. Matter of fact, Oaks, when you play Backrooms, you are literally... Okay. Anyways, continue, Kojo.
No, because rent.
Nah, it's gonna get too long, because I just don't understand how people think that, like, oh, yeah, nah, we can just make a horror movie out of anything. Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Okay, I don't want to say it was trash because I respect the main actor as an actor, but whoever wrote it, for me though, like the only horror game movie or series I would definitely watch is SCP. 100% SCP. The Slender Man movie was terrible. No offense to the actors and actresses, but yeah, it was horrendous. Anyways, that's me.
So yeah, that's the Backrooms. Very passionate or impassioned speech from Tammy. I love it. And then next up, another video game movie. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it. Have you guys ever heard of the Super Mario Galaxy movie?
Can't wait for it.
Well, it's out, and it seems Maxwell, you know how in or Tammy as well, but Maxwell, we've discussed this about how sometimes there's the whole critics versus gamers thing, where critics will have one score and then gamers will have a completely different score, or fans, let's say. So I'm going to use Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes. So on Metacritic, guess the critic rating for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, Maxwell, first on Metacritic. I'll go to Rotten Tomatoes later.
I have never gone to Metacritic for movies. If this is a game, I can guess easily. But movies, I'm gonna say, I'll say 75.
75, Tommy.
Okay, so just to refresh my memory, Rotten Tomatoes is just normal critics, and then
this is Metacritic.
The gamers.
Yeah, no, Metacritic.
No, I just want to know
critics.
The difference.
No, Metacritic is critics.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes, they do critics and audience.
Okay, but like, which is more from a standpoint?
I'm focusing on critic right now.
Okay, and critic is more of a gamer standpoint now, because I know you mentioned that on Gaming Corner shit.
Like critics is like the news outlets and reviewers.
Oh, okay.
And stuff.
I'm gonna say 80. Yeah, just 80. My soul is
80?
linked to that number.
Okay, so 80 from Tommy. Max says 77.
75.
I don't remember, 70 something.
You said 70 something. Maxwell is the closest. It's currently sitting at a 35.
35.
Yeah.
Is that critics?
Now, let's go on to based on 40 critic reviews. Now, using that as a benchmark, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. Let's go on to Rotten Tomatoes now. What do you think the critic review is first on Rotten Tomatoes for the Super Mario Galaxy movie?
80.
Damn.
80 for critics.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, 80 from Maxwell for critics. Tammy, critics.
78 is talking to me, man, because it's got Chris Pratt.
Okay. Okay. So 78 and 80 is currently sitting at a 43%. So critics are not liking this movie.
Terrible both sides.
Critics are not liking this movie. However, audience, based on 1,000+ reviews, audience, guess what the score is, Maxwell? Audience.
86.
86, Tommy.
93.
Okay, Tommy's the closest. It's sitting at a 91.
Nah.
It seems like this movie is one of the things where it's a fan-made movie. It's for the fans of the games or whatever. Whereas critics are looking at it like this is nonsense. I don't know. don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's
Or
more of a
Mario fanboys.
no. I was gonna say plebs don't know anything really about Mario, so they're just like, "Wow, Mario, this is nice."
They're like, oh, it's got
Plus
Jack
reviews.
Black and Chris Pratt. Oh my
Because
god. Ooh.
yeah, because from what I've seen, people who play Mario have all been like, "What the fuck is the point of this?" Where they were talking like it's called, what's his name, Fox McCloud, and people were like, "Oh, he has more time than the focus characters." Like, why? Like, they like his appearance, but like he wasn't even on Mario Galaxy. Why does he have more time than people on Mario Galaxy? They're like, oh, they should have introduced him as a cameo to say, hey, they're going to be other Nintendo IP we're going to move over to, so be excited to see those guys in their respective IP, stuff like that. Me, I don't know fuck all about that shit, but from what I saw, the people who actually play Nintendo games were not impressed. So I imagine the ones who don't play Nintendo games, or the ones who don't really know much about it, were the ones who are like, hey, this is great.
People are speculating that, oh, they're including Fox. I saw some few people, I don't know if it's Hopium or Copium, or they're like, hey, this could mean that they're making a Smash Bros movie down the line. I'm like, okay, sure thing, buddy. I'm like, okay, guys, it's cool to hope, but let's keep it realistic here. Okay. So yeah, that's it. That was just the gaming corner stuff I wanted to speak about, the Backrooms trailer and then the Mario movie. Yeah, that's it for my corner gaming stuff. You guys?
No. Max?
Nada.
Hey, and look at that. That brings us to the halfway section. If you're liking the show so far, please do leave a like and subscribe. It goes a long way. Yes, it really does. And moving on to content creator side, I don't have much really that's like too big. Just one thing that's pretty sad is Technoblade, who is pretty much the legend of Minecraft. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you should probably Google it. His dad started a streaming channel which was dedicated to his son, Technoblade. And it got banned.
Wow.
Which I know, right? Because I mean, he's technically repurposing content. So
so he's using Technoblade's old content.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like restream. Oh, I think I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it got banned quickly because of the community guidelines of repurposing content, which is, I mean, he came with it with good intentions. It was just to say that the dormancy of the original accounts, was pretty much reaching a point of it being shut down. So to revitalize it, because obviously the accounts, Technoblade passed with all his passwords and everything, so access to the account was a bit difficult to have. So by repurposing it to keep Technoblade's vision and who he is alive, that was the intention. So it was good intentions, but community guidelines, what you can do. No update with regards to Mr. Beast and Step at the moment. It seems like, I don't want to say it's going to be a dead case. I'm pretty sure at some points, I mean, if you're getting attacked by was it an attorney general? I can't even remember what status of government it was, but anyways, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then other content creator news, I know all y'all have seen the Drewski skit.
I didn't watch it, but I know it exists.
Bro, oh my goodness.
Watch it, but I know it exists.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, of all content creators,
I don't care for Drewski.
No, don't care about what who he is as a person, but like just see how brave man is with who he. Oh my lord.
No, some of the things he's done, I appreciate. I don't appreciate it, but I can be like, damn, that's crazy. Like with the whole redneck thing and how why people didn't even know that he was in makeup, and then the mega church one that was kind of funny. That was pretty funny. And then now this Erica Cook. Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry, Tommy.
No, but that's exactly it. You like 100% right. And then I think the only other updates in terms of content creator news is iShowSpeed had a WWE wrestler. I don't know his name because I don't watch that shit. But like, man, literally, who?
I said, how dare you?
Man, look, my WWE was, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know what I'm saying? The Rock, my nigga. Like, I'm old school WWE. None of these new young Thundercats. Back then, when I played that shit on fucking PlayStation 1, I didn't even have the game. I played on PlayStation 1's demo. Like, if you know, you know. No, not PlayStation 1, sorry. Those were PlayStation 2 demo discs. If you know, you know. Yeah. So that was my age of like wrestling, bro. Other than that, when I watched the South Park episode about wrestling, then I was like, okay, well, I give up. Yeah, South Park is right. Like, you go back and you watch wrestling again, it's just like, they're not even hitting each other, bro. It looks like it, but they're not. And then obviously after watching Celebrity Deathmatch, I was like, oh, well, wrestling is boring now. I want this. But obviously, we can't have that in real life. And then they brought Squid Games on Netflix. Crazy shit. Anyways, yeah, that's all I have in terms of content creator news. Kojo, what you got?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, nah, it has actually been quiet, bro. Like, hella quiet. Oh, yeah, Max, got anything?
No, sir.
That brings us to the esports section of things. Now, in the esports section, listen, y'all. Simulation racing. Am I right? But yeah, anyway, simulation racing is obviously going alongside the Formula One schedule. I should have said the Formula One simulation racing because there's many different types. But yeah, if you guys are following through with that, so am I. Who's your best support? Who is your best driver? Who's your best team? You know what I'm saying? I don't have one because I want to be an eSIM racer. I don't necessarily watch other eSIM races, which I should. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. It's not much. Oh, right now, obviously, League of Legends is currently picking up in its esports category. Currently, I think we're playing. Wait, what is it? Is it I just want to check if it's the summer split. I think it's the summer split. Yeah, okay, sweet. Yeah, so currently it's happening right now. I was watching SKT T1 versus KT Gaming, so it's going pretty good, I would say, but I'm not too invested into it. Obviously, this is all stuff that's going to build towards qualifications for Worlds at the end of the year, so I'm keeping my ear and eyes, I guess, very close to that, because Worlds, I think, is the only thing I care about when it comes to League of Legends now. I don't care about all the other stuff in between, because I don't even know who's who in the zoo, man. But anyways, that's me on esports. Kojo, you got any esports?
Just one we're not forward,
yeah.
Just one thing. So Tammy, you and I spoke about this. I don't think Max was here for any of those occasions. Remember how I was speaking about the Capcom Cup for Street Fighter 6 and how they made it pay-per-view,
which is bullshit.
Very bullshit. And then they sort of tried to make it a little easier, for people. Like they reduced the price, they made it a little more available to blah 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 blah. Anyway, so it took place on March 11th to March 15th, 2026. And guess what, Tommy? You can now watch it if you want to, because the VOD is available.
See, now my question is, it's a sad thing for all those people who actually probably paid. Do they get refunds?
What do you mean? No. Because the thing is, the whole thing was the VOD was always going to be made available like 2 or 3 weeks after. Yeah, so it was always a thing. So they're not going to get me.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
It was just one of the things of, hey, watch it live or else you're going to miss out type of thing.
Fair enough.
And a lot of people obviously didn't co-stream or cover it because they couldn't. So now that it's available, everybody, all the content creators have seen is like, dude, it's past. I'm not going to talk about it. I didn't even know who won until right now when I was just skimming through the VOD. I literally had no idea who won.
Hey, bro.
The winner was a guy called Sahara. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for my esports news.
Where Max got any esports?
No.
Nice. All right. Well, then that brings us to the end of the episode. Listen, y'all, when you're hearing this episode airing, please subscribe to our newsletter. Hey, bro. Please subscribe to our newsletter. That's where you can also just get, a touch and feel of everything that's happened in the past week that we did not cover here on the podcast. Thank you so much for your love and support. If you liked the episode, please like and subscribe on YouTube. And yeah, man, we'll catch y'all in the next one. Have a good time, have a good rhyme, and never eat slime. We'll check y'all in the episode. Peace.